Okay, so I have a question for you.
Yes.
Which of these 12 revolutionary strategies is hard for you or that you are working on right now?
Let the clouds of emotion roll by.
Mm.
So I struggle with it because and I think I've been applying it more recently, and so I told you the same thing. Like, it is important to have a kid understand that when they're feeling anger, it's a temporary emotion. You're going to get through it and it's going to pass. It cannot be a constant state that you're going to be in a form of stress or anger, or even happiness could come in waves. And it's hard to explain to a child because I myself struggle with it. So I would say I need to
especially when I'm teaching math.
Yeah, exactly. When I'm teaching math, I'm just like, dear God, it's 4 plus 3 is 7. And every single time I ask you, it's 7, 9, or 13. Like, she just jumps all over the place. I'm like, where are you going with this? But yeah, I would say that's one, because I'm still struggling with that, because I tend to get into a groove where, I always think, okay, if I'm sad or depressed, I'm just going to stay in that mindset for a while. I need to teach myself first that it's a cloud, it's going to move, it's going to pass. And then the other one may be happiness. So first teach myself, and then I can help my daughter.
Yep. I would say for me, it's under the integrating self and other. It's enjoy each other. And I don't know. I hope I'm not the only one, but sometimes I feel like with work, with personal stuff, when I come home, it's so hard to be fully present for my child. And I want to be so much, but sometimes I'm either too tired or preoccupied, and just to be present, that's probably the hardest thing for me to do. So what we've been doing is implementing things like Friday family movie nights, right? And not just movie nights, but put my freaking phone away, because we used to do that, and I'd like sit there with my phone, and then George would always be like, mommy, let mommy watch, mommy, did you see that? And I realized just because I'm sitting there with them, just because I'm present, doesn't mean I'm actually present. Like, I have to actually be there and engage with them. And that's something that I'm learning how to do, because it's hard to shut off my mind of like all the 200 other things that I have to do before I go to bed that night. But it's really important for your children to see that you are there in the present moment for them. So we talked about not having time. I think the most important thing for us to realize as parents is that we may feel like we don't have time, but we're not going to have time to go back and fix all the things that we put aside. Like, the only time we have is now, and we have to figure out how to make the time to prioritize our children and to implement all of this so that they can grow up and be their best selves. Yeah.
And again, guys, at the end, we as parents have to parent with the whole brain in mind. So if we're not in the right state of mind, we're not quite there, let's work on ourselves.
Yes. So if you're sitting there in your left brain saying, well, that's not logical, Kalina, I don't have time to do all of this because A, B, C, D. Well, let's shift you over a little bit.
Bring you back to the river, in the middle of the river.
And think about the emotions, think about the happiness that you can bring your child, and find that balance so that we can be balanced, so that our children can be balanced.
Yes.
Yep, absolutely. So that is The Whole Brain Child, 12 Revolutionary Strategies to Nurture Your Child's Developing Mind. I think it is an absolute great book. I do recommend it. Not only does it have great pictures, illustrations, it's easy to understand for you as a parent and also for your child. There's a refrigerator cheat sheet. There's charts in here. There's so much you can do with this book. Even if you just don't want to read it, you can skim it. It's very, very useful. Put together, very simple and smart.
Yes, definitely check it out, guys.
Yep.
Great read.
We thank you guys for sitting and listening and joining with us and drinking with us. We hope you have a great day.